Your opening contest scheduled for one fall is a first round match of the Monarchy Royal Invitational Tournament.
Ladies, gentlemen, and wrestling fans, thank you all for joining us. We are live from Our Lady of the Rosary Church Hall, Fox Point, Providence, Rhode Island, and I am alongside my man at official Chris Sanders.
Representing team number 1, making his way to the ring, Kalvin Dumont!
What a way to kick things off here with the Monarchy Invitational Tag Team Tournament, and starting off, making his debut, training at the New England Pro Wrestling Academy, we have Kalvin Dumont. And look at this, already enjoying the moment, Bobby Rossi.
Well, never let a new crowd get you shaken or like off your kilter. I don't know much about this guy, but from what I can gather, he handles himself rather well.
Oh, what about his tag team partner, though?
And introducing his tag team partner, making her way to the ring, Paris Van Dale!
And also making her RW debut, we're talking about the always trending Paris Van Dale. What a weekend it's been. Started off in Canada for C4's all-women's show at Chaotic Wrestling on Friday, and now here for RWA. And what a way to make an impact and a big win here with Kalvin Dumont.
You know, I've heard the name Paris Van Dale. I've seen plenty of footage and competition, but this is the first time she's ever made
Paris Van Dale has requested that you all stand and clap for
Bobby,
the team of Kalvin and Paris.
Why is Bob Whitney yelling at me? I don't owe him money anymore. Jesus Christ. But folks, the tag team tournament is just a fresh way to introduce some new talent here at the Renegade Wrestling Alliance. Keep your eyes peeled. You're going to see a lot of it throughout 2025.
And introducing their opponents, making her way to the ring first, representing team number 2, Spike Nishimura!
Spike Nishimura has had what a year. Started off training in Japan and has came here in RWA and now teaming with somebody she's very familiar with. This is going to be a good one.
I mean, honestly, if you're looking at like experience or like being not quite the fish out of water, Spike certainly has a place to hang her hat here, more so than does Mr. Dumont and Miss Paris Van Dale.
Bobby Rossi, are you ready to bounce?
And the tag team partner, making his way to the ring, Milo Mirra!
Now, Bobby Rossi, is it true that earlier you and Milo were doing some pogo stick lessons?
I was told to get away from property that wasn't mine, and I don't want to bring it up on air, okay? All right, Chris?
All right.
He's a free-bait kid.
This is going to be a good one. Milo Mirra, Spike, Kalvin Dumont, and Paris Van Dale, 4 students at the New England Pro Wrestling Academy, and there can only be one team that advances. Who's your money on for this one?
Man, I have no money down on this one because I gotta be honest, I haven't seen a whole lot of PVD and Dumont in competition. I've seen Spike in competition, got a pretty good frame of reference. I can say the same for Milo Mirra. I cannot say the same for about their opponents. I don't know much about them.
This is going to be a good one. I tried going up to Paris Van Dale and Kalvin for some notes on big moves they might hit or anything like that, and they were doing yoga, so they told me no.
Well, I mean, that's good on them because, like, in my opinion, a good strategy is one that's kept as close to the chest as possible.
Senior official Manny Souza calling for the bell, and it looks like it's going to be Kalvin Dumont and Spike Nishimura, the respective quarterbacks for each team. And it seems like Spike and Milo, what a reception they're getting to kick things off.
The RWA is known to have a faithful core, and they've kept their eyes on a lot of the changes that have taken place throughout 2024. Mirra and Spike have been 2 welcome changes.
Spike going for the pinfall right off the rip, and Kalvin Dumont kicking out, but a close 2 fall, and Spike immediately capitalizing with 1 more, and only a 2.
Very sound maneuvers. Not really leaving the mat, but she's constantly fixing Kalvin to it. Another side of Spike we don't always see too often. She's quick to want to brawl, but like right now, I'm really impressed. She's showing a very well-balanced mode of offense, in my opinion.
Yeah, followed by a huge shoulder tackle right there, but Kalvin Dumont up and over right now, but Spike showing the athletic side, sending Dumont for a ride.
Dumont doesn't know where he is.
Spike right now trying to set up for a signature ripcord right off the rip, and here comes the always trending Paris Vandale. Her and Spike have a history, but let's see in RWA what's going to happen. Unsuccessful on right off the rip.
And PVD is not looking so hot here in PVD, Rhode Island, but I mean, it's still anybody's ball game. It's too early to tell.
Big devastating kicks right there, but Paris Vandale catches Spike, flips her inside out, but Spike is coming to capitalize now. Big snapmare. How's she going to follow up with it? Big kick to the back.
Even better follow through basement lariato. Gets herself with a very deep stack on that too, and not wasting any time. Right into a Chancellor, and got this up the blind tag here by Milo Mirra.
In comes Milo Mirra now picking up Paris Vandale, but Paris Vandale still applying that pressure right now.
One thing you could say about this gal is she's certainly tenacious. She doesn't just take things at face value, but right, this condescending attitude of hers, it's not doing her any favors.
Big boot from Milo Mirra. They call him the miraculous one for a reason right there. Huge maneuver. Paris Vandale starting to backtrack now, it looks like.
And this is not the type of place to plead your case, lady. You can holler and hoot all you want. This isn't the customer service department at Walmart.
Big slap right there from Paris Vandale. Milo Mirra responds with an even bigger drop kick, and Bobby Rossi. This talks about the stacked card we have to come. Dropping Vandale right on her back later on today. Jermaine Marbury and Little Mean Kathleen take on Riley O'Neal and Sarah Jade in the tournament. A competitor who's also in the tournament, AJP, teams up with Stephen Luss and Nick Marchand to take on BMT's Royal Kingsmen. What are they even called? I don't even know who they are.
Look, I know you're going to have talent bursting out from every orifice of the scene because the RWA Tag Team Division historically has been one of the most competitive divisions in the entire history.
We talk about competitive. Kalvin Dumont with the blind tag, but Milo Mirra came prepared, sending him right off the rip to the outside. And now what? Oh, he's looking to take some flight here, Milo. No.
This is not the place for that, guys. You know, we don't have the
Wait a
clearance
minute.
what the hell is Dumont doing?
He's trying to do it.
He's not doing it much justice. Check your chicklets, Kalvin Dumont.
But I heard Bobby Rossi over here could pogo.
You have been told lies by deceitful people.
Big tag into Spike Nishimura right now. Double Irish whip to Dumont. Picking him up, putting him down, and showing some chemistry for the first time teaming. They're not done yet, flipping him inside out.
I'm going to have to disagree with you. This is the first time I've seen some chemistry between these two in this matchup. It is just ever so apparent at this point in time because, in my opinion, Dumont, Paris Vandale never even started on the same page. Talented individuals, not a team.
Big tag in, big boot from Kalvin Dumont. Paris Vandale came to capitalize. Starting to show some chemistry. Could this two and go for the cover? Only a 2.
Andy Souza assures that this match will continue. And in just a couple of moments, you see here, Dumont and Paris Vandale were able to turn things around in a very, very short amount of time. Spike's feeling every bit of that to their sternum.
Big tag in right now from Kalvin Dumont. Big boot right there, and look at this, enjoying the moment. But they got to realize, Bobby Ross, they can do all the celebrating they want. They need a win tonight.
I feel like these two are their own worst enemies, to be honest. Speaking for Dumont and for Vandale. They're trying to celebrate a match that isn't even finished yet.
Kalvin Dumont and Paris Vandale right now taking every moment they could, but only a 2 count once again. Spike Nishimura kicks out of this one.
I took a look at this Kalvin Dumont kid, and I really knew nothing about him beside his 8x10. I thought him to be a little bit of a snotbag. But as I've noticed, he's been out here for the better part of the 5 minutes of the matchup. He's not quite just a pretty boy. He's not afraid to throw down. Don't quite have his bearings about him yet, but I think there's a lot of promise.
He could back it up in the ring, and so can Paris Vandale. A double knee to Spike right there. Going for the pin. And Spike kicks out once again, but Paris Vandale immediately follows with some big left hooks right there to Spike.
And here she goes, jaw-jacking with the crowd. Paris, that's not going to do you any favors. I don't know if she's trying to make an example or set an example or leave an impression upon Spike, but we've seen her in bigger pickles than this before. Spike is extremely resilient. For every bit of green she might still be.
Spike kicks out and doesn't give up easily, but Paris Van Dale and Dumont, they're giving it a challenge. We're talking about cutting that ring in half right now, but we also got to mention, for a first-time team in Paris Van Dale and Dumont, they have that chemistry. Even look at the matching gear.
Well, I think they've achieved it at this point, but it was a long, hard road, and this match is not yet over, Coach.
Spike picking up Dumont, drilling him down right there. Could this do it? But what's Spike going to look at? Was that a moment of regret?
I mean, it could be both depleted. You're talking about the better part of 7 minutes now. This action has been non-stop the entire time.
Big tag into Paris Van Dale, even bigger tag to Milo Mirra. Absolutely unloaded on Dumont and Paris Van Dale. Huge drop kick to PVD, and Milo Mirra's feeling this one.
As he should, single-handedly cleaning house.
Dumont charging a Van Dale right there. Milo Mirra taking flight once again.
Beautifully done. Cover applied, and we are just shy of that 3 count. Referee Manny Souza fighting with every bit of solace that he can to try to restore order in this matchup.
Paris Van Dale and Dumont once again in the driver's seat. Dumont showing that strength right there. And Van Dale now. Oh, the double split, Bobby Rossi. You can do one of those.
And Manny Souza says that's 2. That is an extremely close 2 count, if you ask me. Some very flashy tandem offense, and it looks like it's starting to pay off.
Dumont right now picking up Milo Mirra. Fireman's carry. Mirra getting out of this one. Dumont not realizing the tag to Spike, brushing him inside out. Mirra hitting the ropes. Oh! Drilling Dumont down right now. Spike and Mirra have this one in the bag, not realizing. Big cutter right there. Spike's not done. Big ripcord. Going for the cover. And we have winners.
The winners of this match and advancing to the second round, Spike Nishimura and Milo Mirra.
What a win for Milo Mirra and Spike Nishimura, but what a contest, Bobby Rossi. What a way to kick things off. Kalvin Dumont and Paris Van Dale's brand new to the RWA, and they for sure left an impression, but only one team can move on.
And that's the sad part of this. But if we're going to go ahead and look upon this in hindsight, it certainly wasn't an easy win for Milo Mirra or Spike in the least bit. They're coming out the victors, and they will be evidence in the next round of the tournament. But I feel as if Paris Van Dale and Kalvin Dumont have nothing to be ashamed of. Go back to the drawing board, iron out the kinks, and figure out the chinks in the armor. You live to fight another day.
Spike and Milo advance. Paris Van Dale and Kalvin Dumont back to the drawing board. And Bobby Rossi, we have a stacked card to come, but let's give it to Bob Whitney.
Spike and Milo Mirra advancing to the second round of the Royal Invitational Tournament, hosted by the Monarchy. You can stay up to date on rwaforever.com. We are also all over social media, Facebook, Instagram, you know the deal.